Alright, now I'd like to cover Sus2 and Sus4 chords. Now to create a Sus2 chord from this major triad, all we have to do is lower the third, which is E, down to the second, which is D. Alright, now remember we're talking about degrees of the scale, so we're lowering the E, which is the major third, down to the second note of the C major scale, which is D, okay? So here we have C, D, G, and that's a C sus2. Okay, so for the first inversion, it's just as easy. We go up here, we have C over E, okay? Find the E, lower it down to the D, all right? And so here we have 2, 5, 1, okay? C sus2 over D. All right, here's a second inversion. All right, now we find our E, okay, our third, move it down to the second. All right, we have 5, 1, and 2, okay? And this would be a C sus2 over G, okay, second inversion. All right, creating the sus4 is just as easy. All right, let's go to our major triad. Okay, now we're going to take the third and we're going to move it up to the fourth note in the scale. So now we have C, F, and G. Okay, now let's go to the first inversion. Okay, here we have E, G, and C. We're going to take the third again, move it up to the fourth. Alright, now how about the second inversion? Okay, now we've got to find E, which is right here. Move it up to the fourth. I don't know if you've noticed, but the sus2 and the sus4 shapes are the same. Okay, for instance, let's take this C sus4. Okay, well this is the same thing as an F sus2, okay, because here's an F major triad, second inversion, okay, here's C, which is the fifth, alright, and then F, which is your root, A is the third, okay, so if we move the third, which is A, down to the second of F, okay, this is an F sus2, but again, it's also a C sus4, because we have C, which is the root, okay, F, which is the fourth of C, and G. Okay, so that's why sus4 and sus2 sound very similar. Now I'd like to cover what I refer to as Lydian Triads. Okay, the Lydian Triads come from the Lydian mode, which is the fourth mode of the major scale. Okay, the C Lydian mode would be like this: C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. So the difference between the C major or C Ionian mode and the C Lydian mode is the fourth. The fourth is raised from F to F sharp. Okay. So you know how earlier we took the major triad and we converted it into sus2 and sus4 by replacing the E with either the second or the fourth? Well, we're going to do the same thing this time. So let's take this C major triad, okay, and instead of playing the E this time, we're going to play the F sharp. Okay, that has an interesting sound to it. Okay, so let's go up here to the first inversion. Okay, there's E, G, C. All right, we're going to replace E with F sharp. All right, here's a second inversion. All right, we just raise E to F sharp, and that gives us a Lydian sound. Okay, another thing we can do is leave E alone this time and lower G to G flat or F sharp. Okay, so here we have C major again. And again, we're going to lower the G to to G flat or F sharp. Okay, and that also gives us a Lydian sound. Here's a first inversion. Okay, C over E. Now we're going to lower the G again to G flat or F sharp. Alright, here's a second inversion. Alright, we're going to lower the G to G flat. Alright, and that gives us some Lydian sounds with our triads. The minor triad is built off the first, third, and fifth degrees of the minor scale or the Aeolian mode. It also can be found in the Dorian and Phrygian modes as well, but we're going to stick with the pure minor Aeolian mode. So C Aeolian is C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C. Okay? So to convert all those major triads into minor, we only have to do one thing. We just have to lower the E to E flat, the major third to the minor third. Okay? So here's our C major. Alright? So we just take the E and lower it a half step. Alright? Let's take the first inversion of C major. Okay? Again, lower the E a half step. So this would be C minor over E flat. Okay, how about the second inversion? Again, lower the E to E flat. C minor over G. Alright, and there's all the C minor triads. One way to create a modern sound, besides using the Sus2 and the Sus4s that we talked about earlier, is if we replace the fifth with the fourth. Okay? So let's take this C minor triad right here. This is C, E flat, G. Okay, and we're going to replace the G with the F. Okay, so let's take the first inversion. Alright, so here's a 3, 5, 1. Okay, we're going to lower the G down to F. Alright, here's a second inversion. Alright, and then we lower the G a whole step down to F. Okay, and this would be a C minor add4. Now what about a C major add4? We haven't covered that yet. Let's take the C major triad, okay, and again we're going to lower the G down to F. It has an interesting sound. Okay, what about the first inversion? Okay, lower G to F. Okay, second inversion. Lower G to F. Okay, and that would be C major add4.